Welcome to the Straight Out of Home Video podcast, part of the Geeky Waffle Network. This week, we're talking about Mickey's House of Villains. With me are my co-hosts, Bree. Hey, Bree.
Hello.
And Vanessa.
Hey.
And we actually watched this movie together because, sadly, it is not on Disney+. We bought it with our own money for Amazon Prime.
I'm sorry, did you say sadly it's not on Disney+?
Well, yeah, because we had to buy it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the sad part, yeah.
Also, it's cute.
It is cute. And I think that as a kid, I would like, I think that a lot of kids did like this, and I probably would have liked this as a kid. It's just that obviously now that we are adults and cynical and we look at things with a different light, it was just a little all over the place.
And Vanessa and I watched it, like, Bree's in a different time zone, but Vanessa and I watched it, like, at, like, 10 p.m. after, like, a full work week. And we were just like, huh.
It's like, this is not the way to unwind after.
Okay, so usually what I have Bree do when they are on an episode is give a summary of the movie. So, Bree, can you just describe not the shorts that were in this film, but the Mickey's House of Mouse parts?
Right, because so Mickey, for some brilliant idea, decides to invite heroes and villains together because he thinks that will go over smoothly, like a party or something. I don't know. He's strange. Just want to also point out that the clips that he invites all the heroes and villains to only feature him and his friends. So, it's a little tooting your own horn there, Mickey. I'm just saying.
Except when the villains take over, they still show a clip of Mickey and his friends.
Okay, but they didn't come prepared for that. They only came prepared to take over the club at midnight.
I just don't think that they have any clips of them doing like anything.
I remember a sing-along from back in the day that featured villains. It was really cool. I used to watch it every Halloween. But regardless, moving on. Anyway, so the villains take over and then they kidnap everyone, basically. And then Mickey has to put on his sorcerer uniform and battle royale style the villains. Because no other hero will help. It's just Mickey. So, again, he's tooting his own horn. I'm just saying.
No, none of the heroes will help. We got, like, Hercules in there. There's Aladdin.
I know, but why didn't they help?
In the last minute. Jafar is causing trouble. This is your problem, Aladdin.
It's true. And all he says is, use the lamp. And they never even use the lamp.
They do use the lamp on Jafar.
Oh, right.
They use the genie's lamp on Jafar, which I don't know if the genie would be cool with Jafar, like, hanging out in his house.
No, probably not. And also, then how did he not become a genie anymore? I mean, that's a whole, like, another subplot that was not explained.
Okay, speaking of another random thing, the Beast is in this.
As the Beast.
Yeah, so this isn't, like, post Beauty and the Beast, but Vanessa has some theories.
No, I'm just saying, okay, so it seems like we see him basically as Beast, like, all the time, but we also know that he's with Belle, and I was just like, okay, so can he now transform just back and forth at will? And I mean, it's obvious that Belle likes the Beast mode better.
Oh, she does.
That's what it seems like. I don't know. He wasn't that like, but everybody agrees with the fact that he did not look that great as a
I will
prince.
have to say, when I first saw the movie, I cried because I didn't believe that when he transformed into human, that was really the Beast. I probably worried
thought the Beast was dead, right?
Yes, I just didn't understand. So I did cry, and my mom probably thought it was like weird.
Oh, first thing.
I will have to backtrack a bit because I forgot for a moment that Donald was mad that someone called him a cow and not a devil because he was wearing a devil costume. And then he was like how his little angry duck quacks are. And and like he was like, I'm gonna get my revenge. And I just want to point out that Donald is really the Judas of the group.
The Judas of the group.
Jesus, this is dark brain. Even for you.
But no,
So
like seriously, like
make,
he's
wait.
the Judas of the group. He
Does
is
that make
one
Mickey
who would
Jesus?
betray Mickey. Well,
Does that make Mickey Jesus?
I just said like he's the Judas of the group. I never said like, well, I mean, here's the thing. I really don't like Mickey Mouse all that much.
Oh my God. Oh,
I know.
my God.
I'm a whole barrel of controversial here, but I just think he's too high on himself.
Oh, what's wrong with being confident, Brie?
Nothing's being wrong with being confident. It's just all about Mickey all the time. I'm like, just chill out, bro.
I don't get that feeling from him. Like, I feel like everything that he does, he just kind of does like his. I don't feel like he's pompous or like shooting his own horn or anything.
Maybe because he's like front and center. I'm just like, oh, that guy.
Though I agree is like putting their feelings on Mickey. Like some personal issues that they got to work out.
But no, I didn't mean like he was actually Judas. I'm just saying he's like the Judas of the group. Like, Donald could turn into a villain anytime. We've seen it. Especially as the first clip was shown. They really make Donald out to be the bad guy.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really understand his motives. Like you say you don't understand Mickey's like kind of like how he acts.
I don't really understand Mickey's motives. I'm just sort of like, oh, he's that guy.
I know. I don't understand Donald's motives a lot of times.
I don't think Donald understands him either. So the first cartoon they show is Trick or Treat, and that was released in 1952. And it's about Donald and his nephews and a witch.
But do we even know that they're, I mean, obviously, like, we know they're his nephews. But, like,
they call him Uncle Donald.
Then why is he so mean to them?
I don't think they call him that in that particular.
I don't think they did. Yeah, I don't think they called him that.
I think this was maybe prior to them like deciding that they were going to be Donald's nephews, and they just like instead made. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, but
not to flex my DuckTales and duck knowledge, but they have been his nephews for a very long time.
No, I know.
They never said Uncle Donald in that one, did they?
Yeah, they did, and it was longer than 1952. So,
they were interesting. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember them calling. Actually, that was the thing, is that I don't remember them calling him that, because I actually thought it was weird that they didn't say anything about that. So
they were introduced in 1938 in Donald's Nephews, a cartoon.
Oh.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
So why would he want to blow them up?
Yeah, I was about to say, why is he so mean?
Yeah, he literally gives them firecrackers instead of candy.
Yeah, it was very odd.
So there's actually like two more freaking things about how Donald is an awful uncle and caretaker, because technically he is their like
guardian.
Legal guardian.
But then why are they trick-or-treating at their own house then?
Yeah, that's also confusing to me.
Candace, explain with your duck knowledge.
Okay, so Donald Duck is a twin. His sister's named Della, and this might be before, like,
does Della parents, die?
Like, she just kind of leaves them with them.
Oh, okay. So abandonment.
Dark.
And some, but then in the DuckTales reboot, which she is actually a character in, she takes a rocket to the moon and gets stuck there, and they all think she's dead.
Wow.
Okay.
I really love the new DuckTales.
I also just wanted to comment on that first one, that like, because this is a through line for all of the skits, is that the morals of each story make absolutely zero sense. Because the first one, they end up torturing Donald back and then going in and stealing his food. And I'm like, what?
But like not just candy. Like his pantry.
No, like his actual food.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, wait, okay, so the moral of the story is if someone bullies you, bully them back and then steal their food?
I just got it. They went the purge on Donald.
Brie finally brought the purge into this.
I did. I was going to find a way.
So the next one that also has Donald and nephews is Donald Duck and the Gorilla. And there's a gorilla on the loose. And the nephews are scared, but Donald tricks them and thinks that the gorilla's in the house, and they get traumatized further, but then they pretend to be a gorilla. So it's just family members torturing each other.
And then the gorilla showed up.
Yeah, the real gorilla showed up, and the radio just keeps telling him, oh, look him in the eye. That will stop him. And obviously that doesn't work. And then they say...
Tear gas.
Tear gas. And the nephews just happen to have tear gas on hand?
I don't understand how they got that. I mean, maybe the Acme store was open.
Wait, you guys mean you don't have tear gas on you at all?
Emergency tear gas?
Vanessa, I'm coming to you in a...
purge scenario?
Yeah.
So the other one is a somewhat modern take of the cartoons that were produced in 1999 for Mickey Mouse's works. All these cartoons were not created for the House of Mouse. This is just a way for Disney to save on animation. So the other one that has to do with Donald and the Nephews is Donald's Halloween Scare. And again, this gets dark. So they're going trick-or-treating again. And Goofy thinks it's Easter for some reason.
Oh, that one made no sense to me. Okay, that's why I was like, why can't I remember that one? I don't even think I wrote notes on it.
So Donald disguises himself as a scary man with a hook and a hockey mask.
Yeah.
Brie would love that. And the boys run away and leave their candy. Donald takes their candy, of course. And the nephews find out his trick and plan to get back on him. And they put glue on his disguise. So eventually, Donald ends up in a graveyard, and he sees the graves of his nephews.
Yeah, it turned real dark.
Yeah, it's a lot of these have been, they're kind of dark.
But they push him into he falls into a grave, and the nephews turn into zombies, and they're coming after him and bury him, all because he took their candy. And I thought long and hard about this. You know what it reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of the segments on Jimmy Kimmel where all the kids throw a tantrum because their parents ate their candy. And I think the moral of that one is kids are frightening.
The kids just went too far with this one.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen those segments on Jimmy Kimmel, they're frightening. I was like, how can one person act like this?
Moral of the story is kids are frightening.
Yeah. Or don't give kids candy. I don't know.
Okay, so speaking of frightening, there's some other kind of frightening ones that we watch. There's one that's Mickey's Mechanical House, which we're not sure what has to do with Halloween. Because
the only one I could think about is Buying a House is a Nightmare. Was that one?
And sometimes there's an evil robot inside.
That one didn't make sense because really the robot was just trying to take care of Mickey. And Mickey was just nah, fuck you, robot.
Yeah,
okay, what about
robot?
Dance of Goofies?
Okay, don't understand that one.
That we were trying to figure out that entire time what this had to do with Halloween, and we figured out it was just that it had something to do with fall, because all of these fairy Goofies are flying around trying to close the flowers, and that's all we got.
Well, then you guys mentioned that the little boy was evil.
Well, he was. Yeah. He was. But
there's an evil boy who steals one of the goofy fairies, and he's a mad
scientist.
The
fairy king. It's like the fairy king.
But do you think that's where they got the idea for Sid from Toy Story? Was that little boy?
This came out in 1999.
That cartoon did?
Yeah.
That cartoon made no sense. I thought it was from 1940s. Because it made no sense.
Everything from 1940s makes no sense?
I don't know. I don't know.
And we've gotten so much better?
I mean, no. We still produce things that just make absolute no sense.
Interesting. But, I mean, either way, yes. It's this... Well, I feel like it's not necessarily one is based off of the other. Though it definitely could be. But it's, it's one of those things where sometimes kids are just...
evil.
Terrible. Yeah.
Again, more of the story. Kids are frightening.
Right. Kids are frightening.
Speaking of frightening, how about How to Haunt a House?
Oh my God.
I actually love that one.
No,
that was my favorite too.
You know what?
It was disturbing.
That one was really scary because now I'm like afraid to walk outside my front door because apparently when you walk outside your front door, you crash into a whole bunch of things and die.
They literally kill Goofy in like the first 15 seconds of the short.
But it gave me very Beetlejuice vibes. Like, I really enjoyed it.
Well, and later on, they say like, oh, it's only temporary, which one, I don't know how he knew that. And two, they didn't actually like say
Well,
anything.
the narrator said it.
Oh, the narrator did.
Yeah, he was like, it's only temporary.
But
that's not a good message for kids.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
death is only temporary. I don't know. Maybe that will help people. I don't know. So I wrote everything down.
Everything.
I did. The first rule of it is select a house to haunt. And it was really funny because Goofy just opened up the newspaper and says house to haunt on it.
House to haunt.
Yeah. And then the next rule is selecting who to haunt. And they parried the dating game.
Yeah. And of course, he picks the most difficult person to haunt.
Which is Donald Duck.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Can we just take a moment to say how physics had made absolutely zero sense in this one? Like, there's the whole idea of ghosts are able to walk through walls and all that kind of stuff. And he was able to do that, but then he would crash into things at the same time. And I'm like, how?
It's
what
Goofy.
Are the rules here?
I think it's supposed to be
there
Goofy.
Are no rules.
Well, technically, the next rule is to being creepy. And I would just like to say that's me in real life. I already got that rule down. Yeah.
Oh.
So at the end, they also kill off Donald Duck too.
Well, you forgot the part before that. Things that go bump in the night when Goofy stole a real baby.
Oh yes. He's trying to scare Donald. So he brings out chains. He brings out an instrument to play.
And again, where is he getting all of these things? Because they're all ghost items. I don't understand where he's getting them.
Well, the chains were ghost items, but the baby was real.
No, the baby was real. Again, there were some real things. There were some ghost things. How?
But you know what? Here's the thing, though. If I was Donald, I'd be very frightened of just finding a baby in my house because then they would blame me for kidnapping.
He was sleeping with his eyes open, so he didn't see any of this. Remember?
No. I'm just saying, if he found the baby there, Donald could have been arrested for kidnapping charges when it was really Ghost Goofy just trying to scare Donald.
Yeah, but Donald didn't know about the baby.
But if he did.
But I'm just saying, if he did. Yeah.
Sure.
That's a real horror.
That's a real horror. It's who's going to believe? No one's going to believe you. A ghost kidnapped this baby and brought it into my house. No one's going to believe that. But yes, they killed off Donald as well. And my note was in all caps, they killed Donald?
Yeah, but no, wait. We skipped over the part where he actually gets scared. Because all Goofy has to do is talk to him, oh yeah, hey Donald, what's up? And he's just ghost!
He's scared of people,
and then just starts running around and then runs outside the front door, where of course you die because you just that's law. That's the rules.
Oh my God, it's 2020.
You leave me out. Oh God.
Actually, they did have a thing that said looking like a ghost was one of the rules, and that is everyone in quarantine.
Everyone looks like a ghost.
Yeah.
Well,
the people who stay inside look like a ghost.
Okay, and so one of the last new ones is Hansel and Gretel, which has Mickey and Minnie playing Hansel and Gretel.
So siblings.
They're siblings. Yeah, exactly. Kind of creepy. And that thing got dark too, which Hansel and Gretel is already a dark story.
Yes.
But Disney?
The weird part.
the weird part?
There's a lot. Mine's towards the end, so I don't know if you guys want to take before the end. Oh, they got fat and then they got really skinny. That was weird.
So do the whole thing with the oven at the end, but then they all fall into the oven.
Yeah, that's what the part. Okay, that was the weird part to me because I was like, what? And then like, it's huge, so they didn't get caught in the fire. But also, the witch fell in first, and I didn't see her there at all. So that means the witch must have died in the fire before we saw.
Yeah, but oh my god, when just like a few seconds, you see the witch go in, and then you see Mickey and Minnie go in, and I was like, oh my god, they're just killing everybody off in this movie.
It's literally the Hunger Games.
Everybody's dead.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just weird. And the fire was trying to get them. It was odd.
It was very odd. Okay, so the last one I want to talk about, which is the last short, is Lonesome Ghost from 1937, which is a classic.
Oh, and yeah. Like, I mean, they were very old school. It was very cool to see.
Yeah, so they're ghost exterminators. I guess you could call them Ghostbusters. Mickey and Donald are, and there's these 4 ghosts who are like bored with no one to scare. So they invite the Ghostbusters.
Wait, did you say Mickey and Donald? Because it's also Goofy.
Oh, sorry. How could I miss Goofy? I know he's your favorite. And
yeah, the original himbo.
Oh, God, Brie. Stop. We had to explain what a himbo is to Brie.
No, I know what a himbo is. I just used it wrongly.
About Goofy. Anyway, so yeah, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy arrive and the ghosts, try to scare them, but it doesn't quite work. Oh, I found out this is where the line, I ain't afraid of no ghost came from.
Mm-hmm.
Although
Goofy says it.
Goofy says, I ain't scared of no ghost.
No, I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Yes, but Goofy, because I quoted it, he said, I ain't scared of no ghost. But I think they still got it from there.
Oh, did you guys know that those lonesome ghosts were originally planned to be in the Haunted Mansion?
No, but I don't think I would want them there.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't like them. They were grumpy.
Oh,
I thought they were pretty fun.
So the way that Mickey, Donald, and Goofy scare the ghosts off.
Oh, yeah, because they brought like a net, which isn't going to stop a ghost, and a gun.
Also, I have to, the gun thing, I was like, okay, like, unless there's, because we all know
rock salt.
Yeah, rock salt has to be in there, right? But I don't know if they knew that.
Not in 1937.
So, like, the trio falls into a mixture of flour and molasses, and that makes them look like these white slime monsters, and apparently that's what scares ghosts. Did you guys know that?
Well, I thought it was ghost on ghost suicide. Like, they got afraid of ghosts, so then they left.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I don't even know what that means. Ghost on ghost suicide?
Well, like, they saw the ghost and they were like, oh no, other ghosts. Because they screamed ghost out. And they got afraid of ghosts, even though they're ghosts.
Nothing makes sense. Okay, speaking of things that don't make sense, a few things I want to also talk about in the House of Villains part of this movie. Bambi came in with the villains. Did you guys notice that?
So did Piglet.
Well,
it's always the quiet ones.
It's always the quiet, yeah.
I mean, there were some like heroes in there too. I feel like it's supposed to be one of those things where the villains aren't like actually villains in this world. But then they just decided to take over. Also, I don't really know exactly what their end goal was. I mean, like, I know they wanted to take over the club, but I mean, what do you get out of that? Just, I don't know.
To ruin Mickey? I don't know.
That's just because you want to see Mickey ruined.
I never said I want to see Mickey ruined. I'm saying that was their end goal, to get Mickey ruined, right?
And also so they can have their own song and dance number called It's Our House Now.
It's our house now. It's our house now.
And there were a lot of like the original voice actors in here. Like, well, Gilbert Goff as Iago, Jonathan Freeman as Jafar, James Wood as Hades. We got Aladdin and Beast's voice. We have Oh, John Cleese is the narrator of one of the cartoons.
Right.
Yes. I think it was the weasel one, the real estate one, right?
One, yeah. Oh, okay. And another joke they make is BYOB, bring your own bones.
Yeah, that was just really painful.
That is like not a joke. I think that's appropriate for a kid's show. I don't know. Am I being too...
I think you're being too... I think that was more for the parents forced to watch this.
I don't understand why... What?
BYOB.
Yeah.
Bring your own booze.
Yeah. Booze, yeah.
But they said bring your own bones.
I know.
Instead.
No, I know. I don't think it's inappropriate. I just think it's stupid.
Yeah, it's yes, it's a stupid joke, but I mean, it's not like one there I'm going to be like, call the police.
Yeah, because they're not
alarms.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it was inappropriate. It was just not funny.
Okay. Anything else about this movie that you guys want to talk about?
I mean, I'm surprised it's a movie.
Right. I mean, like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know exactly what they were going for here. But again, for me to watch it right now, I was just like, this is sensory overload and feels like some sort of weird acid trip. So I have no idea what's going on. But as a kid, I feel like you might enjoy this because because it is sensory overload. You're very engaged. And I mean, it is cute. I don't think,
My favorite one was still that How to Haunt a House.
That one was really fun.
Died.
No, that one was fun. Well, only temporarily.
Only temporarily. That's right.
Yeah, that was my favorite too. I think it's cute if you want to buy it for Halloween for your kids. But a lot of these shorts you can see on Disney Plus already.
Oh, you just can't see the House of Mouse.
Yeah, for some reason.
Well, that stuff was not like super amazing. Like basically you just learned that also apparently Sorcerer Mickey is like insanely powerful instead of like
and they play baseball. I don't get it. And also I just still don't understand why Mickey thought it was a good idea to bring the villains into the House of Mouse.
Equal opportunities for everybody, Brie.
Yeah, he was trying to be inclusive. He was trying to be inclusive, which
he knew they were going to take over, right? Like, I mean, I feel like you just need a plan B. If you're going to invite villains to your place, you just got to have a backup for them trying to take over.
I know you don't like Mickey, but maybe he was just really trying to give them a chance and be inclusive of everybody. So maybe he is a nice person.
Oh, one other thing. Apparently Maleficent and what's the giant guy from...
Oh, yes, the Black Cauldron. Mm-hmm.
No, it was Fantasia.
Oh, it wasn't Black Cauldron? I got super excited. Oof.
No, it was the Fantasia.
I don't remember his name.
Oh, Night on Bald Mountain.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, okay. I mean, I remember that. I just don't remember what the bad guy was.
Chinnabog. The Fantasia Night on Bald Mountain monster that terrified me as a child and gave me nightmares apparently is hooking up with Maleficent.
Yeah, there were a lot of weird, like, what looked like pairings happening in this film.
Love is love.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a bad thing. It was just kind of like, okay, but like, why? Like, there didn't seem to be any sort of logical choice.
If I die walking in my house, you know why. I banged into some stuff.
Well, that's it for today's Halloween episode. Thank you, Brie and Vanessa, for going through this movie with me. You can find us at thegeekywaffle.com on all our social medias. And we hope you have a happily ever after until the sequel.